This is basically a little rant about YouTube's copyright nonsense. And like pretty much every other content creator, I realise it's important to respect other people's copyright, not to use things without permission, or if you do, expect your video to be claimed by them. So I definitely don't use anyone else's recordings, and I never have. Most of my videos, or in fact all of my videos, are about demonstrating the functionality and sounds and walkthroughs of studio equipment, of synthesizers, drum machines and stuff like that. But that's where this gets insane. I've had a copyright claim on a filter sweep exactly the same as you've just heard on the intro to this video. And that's a standard sound made by synthesizers. This is it. I'll do it again. You've heard it a million times. And almost every time I demo a synth, I show how the filter sounds by doing that. It's part and parcel of the character of a synthesizer. And it's literally as standard in electronic music as an E major chord is in rock. But a couple of weeks ago, I received a claim against a similar filter sweep from this very same Behringer Poly D, very nice new keyboard. And it's obviously an algorithm picking up some similarities in a piece of music, but it's literally what you've just heard. And the madness is what I've just done, what I've literally doing this. I could now be under dispute again by someone else. So here's the original clip. And originally, I thought it was quite funny, to be honest, and I put the clip on my Patreon page just as a little aside to show my patrons the sort of nonsense that you have to put up with when you're creating stuff on YouTube. So I uploaded this to the Patreon page. That's all, just a short clip showing what had already been claimed. But literally within less than 5 minutes, I had a claim from the Chemical Brothers for the clip I'd just uploaded and for the very next audio clip in that video, which is, as you might have guessed, another filter sweep. I think it was going up this time. Yep, Chemical Brothers have claimed that as theirs, which I suppose Behringer should be pleased about because it proves their brand new synth sounds like a vintage classic used by the Chemical Brothers 20 years ago. So this is what they're claiming. But this was always there in the original video. So they missed it on the first video where I demoed the synth originally, but picked it up on the Patreon video, and the first claimant picked up the sweep on the first video, but not on the second. Which goes to show how random it all is, and what a mess everything is. Now, I fully expect to win my disputes. They can't possibly upheld the claim, surely. But there's no known if I will, because the madness is it's up to the claimant, so it's up to them, the people who have financial interest in making the claim, to decide if I'm breaching their copyright. So it's not exactly an impartial decision. And what really frustrates me is this is something I've made completely independent of them, has absolutely nothing to do with them, so why are they allowed to make that decision? Why are they looking at something I've made in my studio 20 years after the Chemical Brothers made something completely unrelated? And why is it up to them to be able to decide if I'm allowed to do what I'm doing? And yes, they may find in my favour, but what's it got to do with them? It just feels really grubby and dirty. Just leave me and my stuff alone. And if I don't agree with their decision and I take it to appeal, then I could get a strike, and 3 strikes and my channel's removed. And I've now got 2 claims for a single video from different people, both completely unrelated to anything I'm doing, or anything I've ever done, or anything I've ever uploaded. And, as I say, by the time you see this, I might have a couple more claims on this. So within a week, I could have 3 or 4 claims that are just unrelated to anything. So I'm at risk of losing my channel if I don't agree with their decisions. It's just insane. And all I'm doing is demoing how a synth works. There's no music, not even a musical context, there's no melody, there's definitely no lyrics, but it's all up to me to sort out. And yeah, I'll surely win, better add, but so why does it matter? It matters because it's a risk for me to appeal their decisions. And another reason why this is important is that I've done videos where I've used someone else's music, not their recordings, but I've emulated their music within the copyright legal framework to demo something, what's called a fair use policy. So for example, I've demoed how you can make the Star Wars theme tune that uses a full symphony orchestra at home with some orchestral software. And absolutely no one is watching that to enjoy the Star Wars theme tune. They can listen to that performed by an actual orchestra anywhere they like. So no, they're watching the video to see how realistic the software can sound in a limited time frame and with a limited budget. But I've not even bothered to appeal that. It's just not worth the hassle for me. Because fair use is a grey area and I'm literally at the whim of the claimant in whose interest it is to claim any revenue. It's literally up to them to decide if they claim the cash. But add up all the people like me that have got small channels that can't continually take the risk on copyright claims. So think about that. The claimants are collecting revenue on all sorts of things where they don't actually have the legal right to do so. And add up all these claimants and all these videos, we've got a huge scam going on right in front of our eyes. And I wonder how much of this is worth to the publishing industry per year, how much cash these multinationals are actually extricating illegally from small YouTubers. It's literally theft. And it's scandalous when you think about the scale of it. Anyway, rant over. But if you're interested in music production, do subscribe, have a look at my channels, have a look at the videos. And don't forget, you can support the channel with my Patreon channel where you can see uploads of things I've had copyright claims on. Or maybe not. And maybe just can't be doing with the hassle. Anyway, thanks for listening to my rant. And here's a cheeky little filter sweep just to end the proceedings on. It's a rather nice filter sweep, isn't it?